Welcome back to ASTD X, guys. We just got the first update in the game, and let's go rank all of the new units, and let's do the new All-Star Tower Defense X tier list. Before we hop into, guys, make sure you guys smash the subscribe button. We are on the road to 1 million subscribers, and we're getting very close. We actually just hit 963K, and let's just say we hit 1 million subscribers. Get ready for that 1 milli Robux giveaway, guys. I already got the Robux saved up. We're about to cook. All right, before we go through the tier list, I'm going to show you guys how to get all of the new units. All right, guys, so first up, we have Zeke. Now, Zeke is going to be obtainable from the banner. All right, Ace, guys, is also obtainable from the banner. I believe the two new team-up units, guys, which I'll show you guys a little bit later, but they are both also in the banner as well. I have not seen them yet. I believe most people have gotten them through random modes. All right, the other way you guys can get units is trials, and that's going to be how you get Akainu. And the Akainu is from Trial 2, just like as Death is. All right, let's go hop on in Infinite mode, and let's go start checking out these new units. All right, first up, guys, we're going to check out Ace. Now, Ace is another one of the burn units. There's not really a whole lot of burn units in the game. So Ace is actually the best air burn unit in the game, so keep that in mind. Now, the problem with all the burn units is their damage is often very low. However, I will say Ace is a lot like the original Ace in ASTD in the fact that he is going to have a very, very low placement cost relative to other units. So he's going to be very, very cheap to place down, and his upgrades are also fairly inexpensive, meaning he's not a bad option to take out some of the powerfuls. Now, one of his downsides is his AoE sucks, but he does get an extra 40% damage from burn, and burn is now stackable. It doesn't work like the old game. It works like, it's kind of like weaker, but it stacks. I'll just put it that way. All right, and then gonna go to his next attack, guys, Flame Pillar. Now, Flame Pillar is kind of more of the same. His SPA actually goes down. His damage does kind of go up, but again, his SPA went up, so did it really go up? And it's a little bit on the disappointing side, I'm not gonna lie. Let's go take a look at Flame Pillar. So Flame Pillar, his AoE, I think that's even smaller. So I don't even know what this upgrade is, man. Some of these upgrades, man, I don't know what's going on. Like, this is kind of mid. I will say, you guys saw how it melted the shield unit. Spade is Ace is a very, very good shield breaking unit. That is another one of Ace's big benefits. So there's a lot of maps where there's a lot of shields, and that's really where you're gonna want to use Ace. Great shield breaker. All right, let's go check out his max upgrades. Want to give a big shout out to Toad Boy Gaming. Make sure you guys check out his channel. We're trying to get him to 150K subs. He's a great YouTuber, so check him out. You guys can kind of see what the max stats are looking like. So here we go, guys. Ace multi-hit is kind of what makes him special. He's good at breaking shields. Now you guys can see how low that damage is even with Genesis, and even at like a high level, level 60. So his damage is definitely not his specialty, but he does have that shield break. So that's kind of what makes him special. AoE wise, you guys can see his AoE is really, really small. Like, look how small that AoE is. So overall, as far as ranking our boy Ace, I kind of almost think of him more of as a support unit. Like, I don't really know if I'm going to see a lot of people using his damage. He's kind of more of a shield breaker. So I'm going to kind of put that in support. So he's kind of like maybe like bottom of support, like really, really good for shields with his multi-hit. As far as how good he is, though, like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of gonna give Sukuna the edge because he's kind of similar. He's also kind of the same thing. Freeran, I kind of like Freeran's better with the Freeran's big AoE. Mihawk kind of has some special things. Whitebeard is kind of good for trial. Honestly, he's red, so he's not really that good. I don't think he's a bad unit per se, but better than Aaron, I don't really think so. I don't know. I'm gonna probably put him right about here. I just feel like his damage is definitely a little bit on the lower side. I don't really recommend him to get him as much as like Zeke and the other units. So I do actually have Ascended Zeke myself, so let's go check out Ascended Zeke next. Triple S stats with Sharpshooter. You guys can see the damage is definitely a little bit higher. Now, what makes Zeke special is his dynamic AoE. So how Zeke works is he only actually hits outside of this white range and into the blue range, so his range is really weird. So you can get him some upgrades, though, and it's going to get better. Unfortunately, the upgrades, yeah, there we go. And then he ends up with this pretty cool cone AoE type thing. So that's actually pretty dope. Look at that. So he ends up with a pretty nice size AoE. Like, look how big that is. You can leave him on last, and like, look how much he's cooking. Now, I do say his SPA goes kind of high, but look at his damage. It's kind of proportional to the SPA. And the nice thing about him, guys, is he is a blue element, meaning he's going to be good for the Trial 2 that just dropped. So that's kind of what's really like making him good. And that's the fact that his damage is high and he's really good for the new Trial. So I'm going to be honest, guys, considering all that, I'm going to probably put him... I'm going to put him up here. I don't know if he's going to be better than Ishtar for boss killing, etc. But if you guys are doing the new Trial, I definitely want you guys to be trying out Zeke. Also, Whitebeard might be good for the new Trial as well. He's also a blue unit. So keep that in mind, guys. Zeke is actually kind of freaking dope. All right, next, and as far as Zeke placement goes, 3 placement on Zeke with Ascension. All right, next up, guys, we have Ascension Akainu. Again, big shout out to Toadboy. Make sure you guys check out his full showcase of the video. It's going to really be nice if you guys want to get Akainu for yourselves. Now, you guys can kind of see Akainu is a lot like Ace. You guys can kind of see how the damage is very low. Honestly, the SPA is also pretty low as well. Also, apparently, he's only a ground unit as well. So keep that in mind. His SPA is decently fast. Now, what makes him special is not all that. Like, 10,000 damage, not really that great. Not terrible, but what makes him special is this ability. So what this ability does is, we'll read it. It's going to randomly place 2 magma pools on any path within magma marine's range, up to 6 pools per magma marine. Now, I will say this might not work as well on multi-path maps, so keep that in mind. It's kind of multi-path maps is definitely kind of a nerf. Also, this guy is a fire element, which is not really super needed right now. Any enemy that walks these magma pools takes immense damage and will be burned. So he summons a lot of magma pools. Now, Toad recommended you guys try out Companion on him, because you can get a lot more magma pools and do a lot more damage. But I'm assuming the magma pool's damage is proportionate based on his damage. So honestly, all-star magma pool might not even be a bad bet. So honestly, Akainu's damage is actually pretty decent. And Ascension-wise, I definitely recommend it because the magma pools are pretty cool. It's almost kind of like a spike factory in Bloons Tower Defense. And the damage is actually pretty dang good. So as far as units go, honestly, he's a boundless. So it's not like no surprise. But I'm going to be honest, I'm going to probably put him right up here. Honestly, I might even put him over old Kiora, but I don't think he hits airs, which might be a big detriment. I do believe his Spike Factory stuff does hit airs. Also, I guess I want to also mention this in the tier list. They did buff Esdeath, so Esdeath is now freeze before time stop, and that's actually really good. All right, next up we have the tag team. Now, I only ever saw one video of this. I believe you can only get this in random units mode, it looks like. So I want to give a big shout out to Hayes. Make sure you guys drop Hayes a sub. This guy's an absolute legend. So somehow he got this tag team before anybody else could. I don't think the units have shown up in the banner yet. So I kind of want to give you guys a little showcase of what they do. And the real thing that makes them special is they are a blue tag team unit, meaning they're going to be very good for the new trial. So oftentimes they like to add in 4 stars that are almost as good as 5 stars. And you guys can kind of see what the damage is looking like at only level 40 with no trait. So yeah, the damage is actually looking pretty dang good. I definitely kind of recommend it. Like 9,000 damage, guys. And remember, you don't even have to ascend this guy or nothing. So honestly, the stats are looking really good. 9,000 damage for a 4.63 SPA. Now, I will say if we take a look, the circle AoE is kind of on the smaller side, but he's kind of like a low budget Zeke almost. So not really a bad look right there. So yeah, and as far as the separate units go, they're not really that important. So I would kind of just ignore them. I only would really use it in the team up fashion. So keep that in mind as well. And definitely worth getting if you guys don't have any blue units already, or if you're looking for more units to help out with your trial DPS. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tier list. Let me know if there's anything I missed, and I'll catch you guys in the... Oh, wait, I gotta rank them. All right, honestly, I'm gonna rank them pretty high. The damage is really good, etc. I'm gonna say they're probably up there with the best team ups, especially considering they're really good for trials. So I'm gonna put them right here. Also, Naruto did get a buff as well, so Naruto's gonna be moving up on the list. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, peace.